shopping online kan dia boleh instant transfer kan. So bila instant transfer, dia akan terus transfer. Kalau you kata normal transfer, lambat jugalah. Kadang-kadang sehari, kadang-kadang 2 hari. Kalau check, lagi lambat. Kalau saya dulu, saya dapat gaji adalah on 29 or 30, okay, setiap hujung bulan. So, selalunya I have to wait around 5 or 7, 5, 6, 7 waktu tu, 5, 6 ataupun 7 hari bulan. The next month, baru my check akan clear. Bahasa sikit lah dulu, tapi dekat law firm kan, kita tak boleh nak cakap apa. As long as dia bayar gaji pun dah bersyukur dah. So, bila as compared to UiTM tak ada. UiTM tahu-tahu masuk dalam account saja. Dia transfer lah, walaupun lecturer UiTM ni besar, ramai juga. So, it's up to the company that you join satu hari. You guys akan kerja, so you will know. Okay? Post dated ni letak tarikh ada. Contohnya, this is to which means you must sampai tak the situation that why of video of still antedated and also post dated. Okay, in terms of crossing of check. Okay, saya Luqman lagi. Luqman, when you write the check, you ada buat cross tak dekat tepi dia macam ni? Ingat tak? Luqman ada ke tidak? Luqman, are you here?
Yes, Miss. Tadi internet tu tak ada.
Oh. Internet saya pun KO Ya Allah, takut. Lepas tu you all dengar tak saya bebel tadi? Kejap. Astaghfirullahalazim. Ya Allah. You all dengar ke saya bebel tadi? Tiba-tiba terkeluar je kan? Really sorry internet tak apa-apa okey sangat. Saya buka balik. You guys tadi dengar sampai mana? Yang ni dengar tak? Yang ni dengar tak tadi?
Masa cross check.
Okay, cross check. Okay lah. Okay. In terms of crossing of check, I just want to ask Luqman, waktu you tulis check, ada tak this bos you suruh cross macam ni? Dekat tepi check. Ingat tak? Ke tak ingat dah?
Ada kot.
Ada. Tak ingat lah kan? Lama dah kot ya? Waktu tu,
Dah lama dah.
you kerja tu waktu tu umur berapa?
Selepas PM.
Lepas PM 18 macam tu lah 18. You guys SPM 2000 bila? 2019, 2020. Muda lah you all.
2019.
Oh, SPM 2019. Okay, thank you. Tak apa, you pun dah tak ingat Okay, basically, in terms of crossing of check, okay, ini macam mana you nak cross check Kenapa kita ada cross check? For example, ada macam ni. Okay, nanti kalau you guys ada peluang untuk tengok orang tulis check, nanti you all tengok. Okay, in terms of crossing of check under section 76 of BEA, Bills of Exchange Act. These are amongst of the things, these are amongst of the purpose why the crossing of check has been done. The first is for the security and also protection purposes. Sebabnya benda tu adalah security, bukan saja-saja. Okay. You need to have an account in order to cash across check. Yes, betul. You kena ada account dulu baru you boleh berhak untuk cross the check. And this is because when you crossing a check, dia tak boleh cash at the bank's counter. Okay, you tak boleh pergi saja-saja dekat bank's counter, you cashkan dia. So ini adalah crossing of check ni is the reason for the security and also protection. Disebabkan dia nak ni lah protection lah, security. Okay, nak cross the check you tak boleh suka hati. Okay, this is the cara, this is the way, this is the way to cross a check by drawing a two parallel lines across the face of the check. Sometimes there are words written between the lines. You boleh cross dekat tepi ni macam ni, ataupun you boleh cross and tulis something dekat sini. Okay, tulis something ni pun there are certain things je yang boleh tulis, tak semua. Okay, for example kalau you tengok sini nampak tak? Nampak ni dia ada cross kat sini. Account payee only. Okay, there must be a reason kenapa dia cross. Okay. These are the types of crossing. Mesti ada jenis-jenis types of crossing. General, special, not negotiable, account payee. In terms of general crossing, these are the following methods yang kita panggil dia general crossing. Bila you letak parallel transverse lines only, two parallel lines with the words not negotiable, like the example yang saya tunjuk ni kita panggil general lah dua-dua ya. The words and company between two parallel transverse lines. Okay, the words and co ni is the short form singkatan kepada and company lah. Tapi selalunya macam firma-firma besar memang dia dah tulis nama dia, memang dia selalunya guna nama and co ni, contohnya macam law firm ke apa. So dia memang akan guna ni. Contoh ya, kejap. Saya buka kejap. Apa tu? Zaid Ibrahim and Co. Okay, this is the contohnya lah. Okay, nama Zaid Ibrahim and Co ni one a law firm. Dia dah memang nama dia macam ni So bila dah ada dekat sini, so dia boleh gunalah bila and Co ni kita panggil the general juga, general crossing. Okay, mana orang tadi? Dekat sini kejap. Okay, itu in terms of general crossing with the words not negotiable. Effect of general crossing, these are the effect. Okay, paying banker can only pay the amount of the check to a collecting banker. Okay, what is the paying banker? What is the collecting banker? Nanti lepas ni, kat sini ada. Okay, these are the effect of the general crossing. Can avoid unauthorized person to get payment across the bank's counter. So maksudnya bila you buat crossing tadi dekat situ, tak bolehlah tiba-tiba bukan penerima, not the payee, not the payee of that check, dia pergi bawa check itu pergi dekat counter, saya nak cashkan. So bila you dah letak crossing, so benda tu adalah protection. Dia akan kata, oh minta maaf bila dah ada cross, so saya tak boleh cashkan the check through counter. So maknanya you kena masuk mesin. Kalau masuk mesin, memang susah lagi lah. Okay, so effect in terms of the general crossing, this is the main effect lah. Paying banker can only pay the amount of the check to a collecting banker. What is the paying banker? What is the collecting banker? Okay, these are the paying banker. Okay, sebab ini the drawer, which is the one who will gives the amount of money to the payee, to the receiver. Dia ada duit dekat dalam account Maybank dia tu sebab dia tulis check sini. Dia akan fikir, aku ada duit dalam mana? CMB ke Maybank? Oh, aku ada duit dalam Maybank. So dia tulis check Maybank. Okay, dia jumlahkan duit dia, amountkan dia, so dia nak bagi orang sini. Kita panggil ini paying banker. So yang you tengok check, okay, ini adalah paying banker tau. Yang atas ni, drawing ni is the paying banker. How about the collecting banker? Okay, collecting banker tu adalah bank yang you nak duit itu dimasukkan ke dalam account bank you yang mana. Okay, itu collecting banker. Let's say you kata, Miss, saya nak masukkan juga dalam Maybank sebab saya ada account bank Maybank. So maksudnya paying banker and your collecting banker are the same. But somehow in terms of kalau different, contoh macam kes ni. Okay, saya nak seorang lah baca. Is there any one of you volunteer to read this? Ellie, you nak baca, you rajin.
Boleh. Sengal ni ke?
Sengal.
Okay. Sengal writes a check, Maybank, to pay his debt to Poyo, who has an account at Bank Islam. Poyo goes to Bank Islam to bank in the check. Bank Islam is the collecting banker that collects the money from Maybank, paying banker, because Sengal has an account at Maybank.
Thank you, Ellie. Okay, as you read this, boleh you guys boleh faham tak? Okay, Sengali, which is the drawer, dia tulis check kat Maybank sebab dia ada account Maybank. Dia tulis check tu untuk bayar hutang dia tu Poyo. Poyo ni tak ada Maybank, dia ada Bank Islam. So which means at the back of the check, okay, dia tulis account number Bank Islam. So you kena masukkan bank ini, you kena depositkan the check dekat Bank Islam punya machine tau. Bukan you masuk kat Maybank. Nanti Maybank pening tendang balik. Mana tak ada pun nombor account starting from, kalau Maybank 1 kalau Bank Islam saya tak ingat nombor dia. Maybank 15 starting. 15 ataupun 52. Yes. Kalau Bank Islam mungkin dia start dengan nombor lain lah sebab setahu saya ya, nombor account you tu melambangkan you punya bank mana. So saya boleh nampak lah a little bit of difference. So macam in terms of Bank Islam, saya tak tahulah sebab saya tak ada account Bank Islam. Okay, so bila you nak deposit the check through the machines, you must go to Bank Islam punya deposit machines. Okay, the deposit check machines. Okay, tak boleh pergi dekat Maybank. So Maybank is considered as the paying banker and and Bank Islam is considered as the collecting banker. Okay, some of you, I think you guys mestilah selalu kan keluar duit dekat ATM machines. You guys pernah nampak tak ada satu machines yang memang dia tulis dekat situ? Deposit machine. Check deposit machine. Pernah nampak tak?
Mana?
Pernah nampak kan? So itu adalah among of the deposit machines lah. Sebab saya rasa senang lagi you nak masukkan through machines. Cepat, tak payah beratur tunggu you punya nombor kena panggil. Cuma in terms of issue dekat check ni, kalau you deposit through machines, kalau you punya check ronyok sikit dia keluarkan balik. Kadang-kadang you try banyak kali baru dia terima. Kadang-kadang sikit pun dia tak nak proses sebab ada isu ketidaksamaan, dia akan dishonor. Okay, akan tendang. Okay, example of the general crossings. Anta writes a cross Maybank check to enter the value of RM5,000. Nampak dia ada cross Maybank check to enter. Ini value dia, amount dia. Enter cannot cash the check at the bank counter. Like I said before, bila you cross, okay, the check, so you cannot cash the check at the bank counter. So maksudnya bila cannot cash the check, it means in terms of the amount that has been stated in the check tu akan automatically enter into your punya account saja. Nanti you check selepas beberapa hari, you akan check disburse ke tidak lagi. There is some issue, kalau Maybank saya cakap dengan you all, untuk check dia floating lama sangat yang saya menyampah kalau check ni. Floating tu maksudnya bila you buka account you. Contohnya macam saya suka masukkan gaji saya dalam CIMB bank saya. So I receive the paying bank, the check from the Maybank. So akan saya punya collecting bank which is the CIMB. So saya buka CIMB klik saya setelah 5 hari. Kadang-kadang dia floating lagi. Floating tu maksudnya kalau you tengok account you, duit tu dia dah ada, dia dah masuk. Cuma dia tak disburse lagi. So kadang-kadang itu lambat daripada, saya tak tahulah, kadang-kadang kalau sama-sama Maybank pun lambat, Maybank CIMB pun lambat, is up to the bank punya lah ya. So, bila cuti pun kadang-kadang lagi, bila cuti dia orang tak proses juga, so it takes long time. So macam saya cakap, saya tak berapa prefer check, salary has been paid by check. Kalau macam setakat hutang semua tak apalah. Okay, so ente ni cannot cash the check at the bank counter. Ente must have an account in any bank to bank in the check. So ente can either bank in the check at the Maybank, kalau dia ada account Maybank, masuk kat Maybank, or at any bank provided he has an account with that bank. In terms of the special crossings, Section 76.2, it governs, a crossing is special when the name of the banker is written between the parallel transverse line. Okay, or it is written across the face of the check without the lines. You letak 2 parallel transverse lines and then you put the bank name. Bank name ni adalah nama bank collecting bank tau. Nama collecting bank, bukan nama paying bank. Paying bank kan dah ada dekat atas check ni. Maybank, CIMB, RHB. So, in terms of special crossings, you put your collecting bank name. Okay, dekat sini. Effect of a special crossing. Kalau macam tadi saya nak masuk saya nak masuk CIMB, so you put CIMB bank lah. Effect of a special crossing. The paying banker, the paying banker can only pay the amount of the check to a collecting banker name in the crossing. Okay, maksudnya paying banker ni boleh bagi dekat siapa? Collecting banker saja. Okay, this can avoid an authorized person to get payment across the bank's counter. Sama juga. Tak adalah the check itu, the payment of the check can be received to the others. Yang tak siapa-siapa yang menerima. In terms of not negotiable crossing, bila you tulis not negotiable, when a check is written the words not negotiable between the crossing on the face of the check loses the full character of negotiability. Bila dapat negotiability ni, tak boleh negotiable, which means siapa yang patut dapat nama dekat situ payee, maksudnya dia yang patut dapat, tak boleh bagi dekat orang lain. Okay, we can see in the case of Wilson and Mason and Pickering. Wilson ini ditulis check, okay, tapi ditulis check itu kosong. Dia tak tulis lah check tu di blank. It's just that dia letak not negotiable punya crossing dekat situ So his clerk ini who was supposed to fill in the amount and the name of the payee, dia percaya kat clerk dia, he believe his clerk, okay, he stated that you can just put the amount and the name of the payee at the check. Lepas tu, okay. However, in terms of the clerk ini ada debt, ada debt dengan orang lain, individual lain, which is Pickering. Dia ada hutang. Lepas tu, bila bos dia terlampau mempercayai dia pun letaklah nama Pickering ini dan amount yang dia hutang. Okay, insert a sum tu, lepas tu dia bagi cek itu kepada Pickering. So, waktu Pickering ni nak dapatkan duit di situ, the court held that here, since the clerk had no title to the check, in terms of Pickering also, he had no better title and Wilson ni does not liable. Dia tidak dipersalahkan. Okay, tapi just that Pickering ini tidak mendapat apa-apa duit, tidak mendapat apa-apalah sebab dia bukan rely kepada, disebabkan dia dapat check tu daripada P. P does not have title towards the check. Okay. Siapa yang dapat title towards the check? Macam saya cakap tadi, kalau check tu you buat under you punya law firm ke, you punya firma satu hari nanti Contoh macam saya, Aini Bamat Hashim and Partners. There are 2 partners in that firm, my boss and the other partners. So yang ada title to write and to sign to that check is the partner and also the boss. Saya as the staff of the firm also, kita orang tak ada title towards the check. Okay, itu maksud dia. Losses negotiability, the ability to negotiate. Okay, someone wants to read it for me dekat muka surat ini. Someone wants to read it for me. Hello, are you there? Hello? Ada ke tidak?
Baca yang mana, Miss?
Yang ni, Ali writes a check to
Anis
Abu.
Natasha nak baca.
Baca Anis. Thank you.
Ali writes a check to Abu with not negotiable clausing on it. Abu misplaced the check and Amin finds it. Amin gives the check to Angau to buy a set of television. Angau will not be able to cash the check because the check has a not negotiable clausing written on it.
Okay, thank you Anis Natasha. Okay, as this case, when you put the words of not negotiable, macam tadi Wilson ni juga dia dah letak not negotiable, so Pickering ni tak boleh dapat, tak boleh cash tu sebab dia bukan penerima sebenar lah walaupun tulis nama dia. Okay, tapi sebab ada isu title semua lah. In this case, dia bagi check itu kepada Abu, dia tulis not negotiable crossings. Abu ni misplaced. Misplaced ni, do you guys know what is the meaning of misplaced? Tahu tak maksud misplaced apa?
Salah letak.
Yes, Abu ni terus salah letak benda ni lah. Dia tak ingat letak kat mana. Dia ambil, dia salah letak check itu, and in terms of Amin jumpa, Amin gives the check to Angau. Dia kata, weh aku jumpa check ni, kau bagi ni lah, kau belilah a set of television. Sedangkan itu sebenarnya untuk Abu So this is the meaning not negotiable. Angau ni will not have the chance to cash the check because the check tu has a not negotiable as the name of Abu. So bila not negotiable, Abu je has the rights untuk cash the check and get the amount of the check inserted in his account. Okay, boleh faham tak? Itu the ability of the negotiate. Okay, this is the account payee crossing. Contoh account payee crossing tadi. Account payee crossing macam yang depan ni. Yes, saya tunjuk kat you all. Ni nampak dia ada buat account payee only. Account payee crossing itu maksudnya, okay, the purpose of such an addition to the act is a notice to the collecting banker that only the account of the payee is to be credited. Bila dia tulis account payee only, so it means collecting bank tu akan tahu, oh saya by hook or by crook I have to insert a certain amount of money, okay, in that payee punya account sahaja. Tak boleh bagi dekat orang lain. Okay. A collecting banker can be held to be liable. Okay. Dia akan dipersalahkan. Let's say there is a negligence. Negligence tu kecuaian. Bila dia pergi masukkan dekat dalam akaun lain, so you all boleh saman. Saman bank tu, which is the collecting bank, disebabkan kecuaian. Okay. Section 81A provides expressly that the word account payee, you can just use the full name, the full form of the account payee name, okay, ataupun you boleh A/C payee pun boleh. So this boleh lah. These two can be accepted by the bank. On a check makes it not transferable, tak boleh ditransfer kepada orang lain, but only valid as between parties to the check. Maksudnya, who is the drawer and who is the payee? So when there is a crossing account payee only, it means, okay, the contract that related to the check, okay, is just between the parties of the check. Tak boleh orang lain. Hence, bankers should now ensure that there should not be any third-party check collections to avoid them being liable in conversion and negligence. Tak boleh ada third-party, okay, check collection, third-party check collection sebenarnya because they will be sued, okay, diorang ada opportunity untuk be sued under the topic, under the reason of negligence and also conversion. Okay, this has been provided under section 81A of BEA, Bills of Exchange Act. Okay, it's already 11. Can we stop for a while? I will enter into alteration of check at 11. 11:10 minit. Kita rehat 10 minit Sekarang ni dah pukul 11 dah. Boleh tak? Is it okay?
Boleh.
Boleh,
Boleh.
Miss.
Boleh. Is it too fast ke you all faham je? Amir, faham Amir? Anis?
Boleh, faham Miss.
Boleh, Miss.
Lukman? Hirani faham Hirani? Wadiha?
Faham, Miss.
Nurul Shida faham? Shida? Faham. Sekejap. Brothers yang lain mana? Amir, Hafiz, Danish, Akmal. Betul. Akmal faham? Akmal, Aidil,
Faham, Miss.
Aiman.
Faham.
Aiman. Ya, kalau tak faham boleh tanya je tau. Tapi I think check ni senang sikit, tak susah sangat So sorry. We take a break around 10 minutes. 11:10 kita start balik Okay. Okay, everyone, are you guys ready? Can I proceed? Akmal, are you here?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. Boleh saya start
Boleh.
Okay, I proceed to alteration of check. Basically, what is the meaning of alteration? Alteration ni maksudnya you ada buat, ada ubah lah, okay? Ada ubah sikit, okay? Check what is the, what you have stated in the check itself. But you have to note that in terms of alteration ini, selalunya bukan you as the drawer, bukan you sebagai orang yang keluarkan check itu yang alter. Kadang-kadang they are third party who have a bad intention, ada niat yang tidak baik, they alter. Okay, so these are among of the alteration of check. Kita akan tengoklah certain of the situation. Okay, alteration of check ini has been governed under section 64 subsection 1 of the Bills of Exchange Act. It stated that if the check has been materially altered without the drawer's authority, the drawer will be discharged from the liability. It means, okay, if a bank pays on a check which has been materially altered, the bank cannot debit the drawer's account for the amount of the check. Okay, contohnya in the condition that check itu has been altered. Dah ada orang tukar sikit in terms of the amount. Mungkin selalunya amount lah orang keluar ni kan. Tapi without the drawer's authority, tanpa kebenaran, without the consent of the drawers. So, bila pihak bank itu sebagai the paying bank ke, dia bayar check itu which has been materially altered, yang mana telah secara materialnya telah diubah. So, the bank cannot debit the drawer's account for the amount of the check. You faham kan maksud debit? Debit and credit. Debit tu keluarlah, credit tu masukkan. Okay, tak boleh keluarkan. Sebab itu, because the check has been materially altered without the drawer's consent, without the drawer's authority. These are amongst of the material alteration in terms of the date, tarik, in terms of the amount, name of payee, which is the name of the receiver, and also any types of crossings. These are, we call it as material alteration. Section 64(1) says that provided that where a bill has been materially altered but the alteration is not apparent and the bill is in the hands of the holder in due course, such holder may avail himself of the bill as if it had not been altered and may enforce payment of it according to its original tenor. Okay, kalau tak faham memang penting sikit lah ayat akta kan. So the section 64(1) says this, okay, these are the, has been stated in section 64, these are the meaning of the section. Okay, for example, Ali ini draws a check for 20 ringgit payable to Budin or order. Dia kata Ali ni keluarkan check itu 20 ringgit, dia kata arahan dia, you have to pay to Budin, which means the payee is Budin. Budin endorse it to Chombi. Okay, dia bagi endorse, keluarkan check itu kepada Chombi. Chombi ini who fraudulently. Okay, you have I have teach you under the topic of fraud ni. Fraud ni maksudnya deceive lah, adanya penipuan, there is a cheating, ada penipuan ataupun deceive, dia tipu. Tapi Chombi ni walaupun dia fraudulently but not visibly. Okay, dia dengan secara berniat jahatnya, okay, dengan niat menipunya, dia telah alter, dia telah tukar, the amount of the check but not visibly. Maksudnya does not apparent lah. Bukan secara terang-terangan bagi semua orang nampak. Macam tu. And, okay, dia je tahu, dia pergi tukar the amount of the check, RM200. Lepas tu dia pergi transfer the check to Dodul. Dodul pula pergi transfer check tu kepada Esa. So what is the effect? Okay, Esa as the receiver of that check, dia boleh saman Chombi, okay, sebab Combi ni dah fraudulently. Dia yang fraud kan, dia yang start penipuan itu. Dia juga boleh saman dodol. Okay, berapa? Dia boleh saman for RM200 sini. Sebab starting from Combi and dodol, the amount of the check has been changed to RM200 from 20. But for Ali or Budin ini, untuk Ali dengan Budin, dia boleh juga saman either, ikutlah Ali ke Budin, tapi dia boleh saman RM20 sahaja. Because both of them as the original tenor. Okay, but not visibly, tahu, secara benda tu tidak terang-terangan. So bila tidak terang-terangan, dia macam sorry. Bila alteration itu tidak terang-terangan, so Esah ni kan dia ada hak untuk saman semua. Senang cakap. Okay, but okay, ini, okay, this is the usual claims would be. Yang secara biasanya, you kan, contohnya you berada di tempat Esah, apa yang you akan buat? Mestilah you akan saman dodol kan, sebab you get the check from dodol. You tak tahu pun atas ni. So you akan saman dodol, aku nak 200. Dodol ni cakap, aku dapat check tu daripada Combi. So dia boleh claim ataupun dia akan boleh sue juga Combi tu. Tengoklah kalau Combi ni ada. Kok dia pun tak ada dah. Hilang Selalu orang yang buat jahat tu sebab dia fraudulently. Selalunya orang yang buat jahat ni mesti lari lah. So dodol ini boleh juga saman Combi. Kalau dodol tak jumpa Combi, dodol ini boleh juga claim RM20 dekat Ali dengan Budin. Okay, disebabkan negligentnya diorang ini, Ali ini draws the check itu kerana kecuaian dia. Okay, jugalah sebab dia tak buat crossing lah apa-apa benda semua tu. Dia boleh juga claim, tapi dia boleh claim only RM20 sahaja from Ali dengan Budin. Sebab Ali dengan Budin ni tak tahu, does not know, does not acknowledge, does not give the authority. Betul tak? Ali ni does not give the authority untuk kau change the amount ni. Okay, so dekat sini kalau dia jumpa Combi, dia boleh minta kat Combi. Kalau tak nak, dodol boleh minta dekat Ali dengan Budin. Okay, cuba boleh minta 20. So maksudnya 180, the remaining 180 tu akan tanggung oleh dodol. Dodol akan mengalami kerugian lah. Okay, itu maksudnya. Ini adalah apabila the alteration is not apparent. Okay, but somehow in the case of the alteration is apparent, secara terang-terangan, macam ni sama. But in terms of Combi ni, bila dia nak fraud tu, dia nak tukar alteration itu terlebih jelas, begitu ya. So these are the effect is Esah ini boleh sama juga boleh cari Combi and the subsequent endorser which is dodol, dia minta 200. Okay, tapi dia dodol ini in terms of dodol has no right untuk saman Ali and also Budin. Sebab Ali dengan Budin ni tidak authorized kepada alteration. Kalau alteration tu apparent, diorang ni pun tak tahu, diorang tak cakap apa-apa. So in terms of Esah and dodol, Esah boleh saman dodol, dodol hanya boleh saman dodol tak boleh saman silap. Esah boleh saman Combi. Okay, tapi dodol ini in terms of dodol, dia tak boleh salahkan Ali dengan Budin. Okay, ini maksud dia. So in terms of summary, bila not apparent, in terms of Esah, dia boleh saman Combi boleh saman dodol, okay, boleh saman for RM200. But in terms of Ali and Budin, dia just can sue for RM20 sahaja. Okay, in terms of apparent, if the alteration is apparent, Esah tak boleh, cannot sue Ali and Budin, tapi dia boleh sue either Combi or dodol. It's up to him lah. It's up to her. Okay, so whatever it is, I just want you to know that in terms of the check, the most important, the most significant things in part of the drawer, at the part of the drawer. Okay, you kena be very diligent. Macam saya cakap tadi, writing a check, macam Luqman pun cakap, bos dia pun ada ajar. Bos dia kata hati-hati tulis check. Okay, sebab in terms of if you as a drawer has negligently writing the check pun you akan turut dipersalahkan. So we can see in the case of London Joint Stock Bank, okay, and Macmillan and Author, okay, the respondent ini dia drew a check, dia keluarkan check, okay, berjumlah ni. Tapi nampak ya, dia bagi ni, tapi salah dia, kecuaian responden ini adalah apabila dia left a space on both sides of the figure 2. Dia tinggalkan ruang kosong dekat sini dengan sini. Making it possible for the clerk to insert the figure 1 and also and also 0 to make the amount to be 120. So orang tu, ada ruang lah, aku nak naikkan lah. Mungkin aku boleh dapat sikit. The clerk has a bad intention. So dia letak number 1 and also 0, okay, after